Hey Taurus, welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and today I'll be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading for the month of February 2024. Now, if this is your first time catching one of my readings, I do want to say welcome and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month, and I would love to share your money message with you. For the readings this month, I cannot for the life of me remember the name of this tarot deck, but I did buy it on Etsy, and I don't think there actually is an official name to it. So anyways, it's this deck. I'll clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot. Then, Taurus, I will close out your reading with a Moonology Oracle card. Okay, so let's see what we've got going on here. All right, so February is going to be your time to invest, Taurus. And remember, we don't take any unnecessary risks. We only invest in things that we understand, especially as it relates to money. But, there's tons of ways to invest. Excuse me. So you don't only have to invest financially. You can invest time. You can invest in yourself. That's what this Judgment card is all about. Taking time to really invest in your next thing, your next level, your next stage of growth, expansion, and really increasing your capacity to hold more, to be more, to do more. And it looks like that's kind of what you're doing here. So February, especially that first week, is going to be an excellent time for you to invest. But remember, it's only in things we understand, things that we fully know about and that we're knowledgeable in. That 10 of Cups, that is a really good card. One of the most positive cards. Now, the other aspect of that 10 of Cups is that it just means that this first week of February is going to be really on point for you as it relates to your money. Things are going to fall into place. Things are really going to start happening. Looks like you've made some decisions here that you were procrastinating on, but you've decided to be much more proactive. We already talked about you investing in yourself. That's what that Judgment card is all about. Sometimes we hesitate when we do that because we don't know if we're really ready, or we think maybe I can't afford, to hire a coach or go back to school or, invest in a personal trainer, whatever it is, whatever is going to take you to that next level version of you. That is where you need to invest as well. That's where you're going to see the most return, right? Because there's nothing, Taurus, that really can get in the way of you achieving your goals other than you. We also got that 7 of Cups. Looks like a lot of things are going to be showing up for you. You're going to have a lot of choices, a lot of options as it relates to making money as well as investing money. So pay attention to what shows up and what really feels right for you. This is where you're really going to have to trust your own instincts and really rely on your own experience and your own knowledge as it relates to your money, because I think you obviously know your situation better than anyone else. And people, they mean well, but I'm picking up that people want to give you things that they think you need, and it's not necessarily what you want or what you actually need. So just use some discernment there, okay? All right, Taurus, let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. Looks like you've got some really good conversations happening as it relates to money. That's good. Big changes are going to be happening too. Now, we've got this 6 of Cups in the reverse, and that is all about reconnecting with someone or something from your past. I don't feel like this is going to be something necessarily that benefits you financially. Sure, you may want to say hello, get together, catch up, that type of thing, but I'm not picking up that this is going to be any type of financial, like I said, benefit for you in any way, shape, or form. But not everything has to be, right? We don't always have to be driven by money, although I know a lot of us are, and there's nothing wrong with that. Trust me, I appreciate that in all ways. But sometimes things just kind of, it's like we want to do things just for the fun of it, or just for the pleasure it brings, or just because it's something that we know will make someone else happy, that someone that really matters to us. So not everything has to be money motivated, of course, but that is the context of this reading that we're doing today. All right, so we got the Magician card next. The Magician card really is, I mean, this really is one of my favorite cards. I mean, I have so many favorite cards, but the Magician really, I feel like he's all about making things happen, using what he has, using, the tools at his disposal right now to really make something happen, to really grow, to expand, to really create the outcome and the results that he wants. And that is, you're in a big position to do that, Taurus, especially as it relates to your money. All right, you can create your own formula, your own secret sauce, your own recipe, whatever the case may be. And you can create a big, huge win for yourself as long as you kind of work with your own resources, the things that you have available. All right, so don't be afraid to experiment. Don't be afraid to try several things, because I think you're going to find a winner if you just keep going. All right, the Death card. This card is all about good conversations happening. I like seeing this card in the reverse. The Death card talks about transformation. And when I see this card in the reverse, it means that for some reason you're hesitating, or you're stalling, or you're preventing your own growth or your own transformation. Now, as this relates to money, what are you hesitating on? What are you afraid to move into as it relates to bigger, better, like we talked about earlier? Now, remember, in this first row of cards, we talked about maybe you were a little bit hesitant to invest in something that's going to take you to your next level. Sometimes it's, financial obligations. Sometimes it's just our own fear of the unknown, or maybe it's just being uncomfortable. But remember, growth and change is going to happen regardless. So we really have to be in a position to embrace that, especially as it relates to our money. Now, we can be very proactive to these changes in the sense that we can, prepare as best as we can for whatever could come our way. Or we could make current decisions now as it relates to setting ourselves up for success in the future, or maybe we do a combination of both of those things. But again, it's not about just kind of sitting back and allowing things to happen, especially when it comes to your money, Taurus. It's really about taking that proactive approach, putting the things in place and doing what needs to be done, and being willing to step out of that comfort zone, being willing to feel a little nervous and unsure as you grow into your next level of wealth. And this could be anything. It doesn't mean that you have to go from zero to a millionaire, but you're definitely moving up and you're moving in that direction, right? So maybe you go from 20,000 a year, you go up to 40,000 a year. Maybe you go from 40,000 a year to 60,000 a year, or whatever it may be, right? But the thing is you're growing, you're expanding, and you really can't stop that. And I don't really think you want to, Taurus. I really don't, because it's like you have so much good things on the horizon. And sometimes the only thing that slows them down is you. And I speak from experience. I'm not saying that you're the only sign that does this, not at all. But I think sometimes, Taurus, just because you kind of have that stubborn nature, which is in your personality, and I know because my son is a Taurus, very stubborn, but when he is committed to something, it's also something good, because it means that, they're committed and they're willing to do whatever is necessary to follow through. All right, Taurus. Now, you've got 2 pages here. This is news and information coming your way. Excellent news as it relates to money. This is very exciting. That happens in that second half of February. Page of Cups, Page of Cups. I don't like seeing him in the reverse, but I'm feeling like this is not necessarily a bad thing. I'm picking up that this is an offer that was made that either gets rescinded, or an offer that falls through, but it ends up working out in your behalf, right? So maybe someone put an offer on your house, something happens and on their end, and so it doesn't go through, but that's totally okay, because maybe another offer comes through that was even better than this one, right? So this means that there's some type of an offer that doesn't quite go through, or like I said, it gets rescinded in some way. But again, that's not always bad. If someone makes an offer, then they take it back, whatever the case may be, then now you're just available for something better. Remember, everything is always working in our favor, especially as it relates to money and finances, as long as we are clear about what it is that we want to achieve and the experience we want to have. Next, we got that Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse talks about, these two cards I'm picking up are very much related, because the Knight of Pentacles talks about financial support that does not come through when he shows up in the reverse. So somebody, you know, promises you something. Maybe they're going to pay you something. Maybe they're going to loan you some money, and they say, oh, I'm sorry, I can't, you know, do it. It's okay. It's going to work out. That's why I'm saying don't worry about these things that seem a little bit squirrely, because that Page of Pentacles says you're going to get some really good news as it relates to your money. Future planning is on hold. Again, makes sense, because you've got some things happening here that you need to kind of, you know, work out and let those things settle down before you start making additional plans. Totally makes sense. We also have that Five of Wands. That's another communication card. However, this time it's saying that the communication could be a little bit sticky. I guess that could be a good word. So when you're having conversations about money, pay attention to what is being said and exactly what the intentions are behind what people are saying, because I'm feeling like people are saying things, but it's not necessarily matching with what their intentions are. And when it comes to money, that's a big deal. All right. Okay, we got way more cards here than I expected, but that's okay, because we always trust that what is supposed to happen does happen, and there's something we need to know. All right, so let's move everybody down. Okay, all right, Taurus. The end of the month is definitely going to be powerful. Again, I'm picking up more big changes happening for you. Looks like something here, this Tower card, I'm picking up that something's going to have to start all over. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, because we got the World card right after that. But let's start with this Six of Wands. This means a lot of attention is coming your way. Now, not everybody is comfortable with this, right? I get that. Not everybody is comfortable with being the center of attention, being the star of the show, having all eyes on them, having the spotlight on them. But the thing is like, this is an opportunity to make more money. Remember, because we are in a very visually stimulated society. And when someone can see something, experience something in a visual way, it really creates, what would be the word? Engagement, momentum, even attachment in some ways. So don't be afraid of allowing yourself to be seen, especially if you run a business or something like that, because that definitely will be an opportunity for you to make some more money. Eight of Pentacles looks like work is going to slow down the end of February for you, Taurus. And I think that's going to be good. Looks like this is going to be a well-needed break. The Ace of Wands. Now, this is the cash flow card. I'm feeling like these two cards are related, because this fell on top of that one. Ace of Wands means either someone promises you cash, like we talked about here, and they don't pay, so you have to come out of pocket because somebody didn't pay what they were supposed to pay. Or it could mean that you get cash and then you have to turn around very quickly and spend it to cover a bill. I know what that is like, because I have been there for a long time in my own life, where as soon as you get your paycheck, as soon as it hits your bank account, everything goes right back out because you got all the bills to pay. So that's what I'm picking up here with this situation. So it's not necessarily where you're going to be caught, you know, in a bad spot, but it's one of those things where it's just like, damn, I was hoping I was going to get ahead this month because so-and-so promised to pay me, but now, you know, I've got to use my whole paycheck to pay all the bills, which doesn't leave much for anything else. But the thing is at least you have the money to cover whatever needs to be covered, okay? Next up, we got that Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords, this is a breakthrough card. I like seeing this card, especially when you've been experiencing challenges of any kind, even like health challenges. This talks about breakthroughs and healing and, you know, getting well. And the other thing about this Ace of Swords I'm picking up too is that it looks like you finally make a decision to move forward with something, and that's really exciting. Something money related, something work related or business or investment related. It's like you make the decision and the commitment, okay, we're going to move forward with this and we're going to do what we got to do. And that could be where this Tower card energy is coming in. Because remember, the Tower card talks about something has to be taken apart, something needs to be deconstructed, something needs to be reworked, replanned, rewritten, whatever the case may be, because there's some things in there that need to be changed or need to be done better. All right, so we got that world card, another one of my favorite cards. Not only does it indicate international travel for some of you, but again, it means it's the level up cycle. It means that you are ready to move into that next phase in every way possible, and you are going to be rewarded for taking that action. That's the other thing about the world card, is that it really brings confirmation that you are doing what you need to do in the way that you need to do it in order to get the results, in order to get the money, in order to get, you know, the job or the clients or the sales or whatever the case may be. So understand, the world means that you literally are being catapulted into that next level, and we talked about that earlier in your reading here. All right, Taurus, so you've got a very powerful month. It really is a month of growth and expansion and really pushing yourself forward, whether or not you're ready, because good is waiting for you when you do. All right, Taurus, let's go ahead and close out your reading with a Moonology Oracle card. Oh, wow. All right, so you got, it's time to take action. Exactly. Kind of pretty much what we've been saying this whole reading, right? It's time to take action. You've got the new moon in Aries. It's time to take action, Taurus. All right, so if you didn't already know, now you know. It's time to take action. All right, Taurus, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. Make sure you sign up for the newsletter. The link is in the description so I can send you a private pick a card reading. All right, thanks for watching. We'll do it all again next month.